Hi everybody, this is Lainey from Hilltop Home Place. I thought I would lay out my Azure standard order that I got Monday when I went to my pickup and show you what I bought, because I bought a few odd things this time that I've never bought before. Don't know if I'll buy again, but I just wanted to try a few things. And so I thought I would show you, and also I would love some input on recipes or just methods of cooking a couple of these things that I bought. And so if you have any feedback, I'd appreciate it. And also I wanted to talk about, I did have a couple of blips in this order, and I've never had that happen before, so I was going to bring that up. And then I wanted to just discuss the whole issue of whether to be like an Azure standard affiliate account to where I'm making money off of them. I wanted to discuss that with you because it's come up. I had to make a decision about it, and I think I pretty much made up my mind what I'm going to do, and I wanted to explain the process to y'all. Part of the reason I wanted to explain it was because I have available to me to earn a little money off of Azure, but you do too, really. And so I wanted to explain that to everybody, because a lot of people may not realize that. They may not realize that you have just as much ability to make a couple of dollars as I do. And then there's a different level it can go to if you do have a YouTube account or you're an influencer. So I wanted to kind of discuss that and then kind of let you know what I decided and why. I kind of like to always give y'all my thought processes on these things. They're not just flippant decisions I make in just a day or so. Sometimes it takes weeks, and this decision has actually taken me weeks. And I'll let you know what I decided about it in a minute. But I just wanted to share with you the things I ordered. So let me get started on that, because some of this came out of my freezer and I want to put it back in, and then I'll move on to the rest of the items. I reordered the 5-pound box of green peas. They're just a bigger size, little English peas that you can get. And I guess they flash freeze them, so they come in a big long bag. You could break that bag down into smaller portions if you want or whatever. But what I do is I just take the twist tie off the bag. I pull out hands full of the peas whenever I want to throw them into something, a pot pie or a stew or whatever. And then I just put the little twist tie back on the bag, on the plastic bag, and put it back in my freezer. I do go ahead and take the bag that the 5 pounds of peas in. I take that out of the box, because it's just harder for this box to fit in my freezer. But I get rid of the box and I just keep that bag of peas in my freezer. And to me, it's just very handy to pull however many peas out I think I need. I don't waste anything really. And then I put the rest of the bag back in. But I love buying these. This is my second or third time to order these 5-pound boxes of peas. And I'll be honest with you, they're $20.60 right now. The price fluctuates. But right now it's $20.60, so that's $4 a pound for these peas. However, I've got peas planted outside right now. I've got a lot of peas planted, and they haven't done that great. I don't even have a quart Ziploc off of these plants yet. That's not good. So really and truly, for the effort I've put in planting these peas and going around and checking them all the time, and then coming inside and dealing with them and putting what I have in the Ziploc, it's really just easier to me to buy this 5-pound box of organic peas. And I might just kind of do that from now on. Just grow a few peas if I want to every now and then, but just go ahead and buy these peas in the box. It's just easier. They're organically grown. I don't have to worry about them being sprayed with anything or whatever. And they're just handy. I ordered some of these uncured hickory smoked beef hot dogs one time, but it wasn't for me. I ordered them for my daughter, and I never did ask her if they liked them or not. But I saw them whenever I was getting my Azure order ready the last time, and I said, you know what, I'm just gonna try them. I'm just gonna try them and see how they are. It's 10 ounces altogether. It's 5, and they look like pretty large hot dogs. But normally, I guess if you go to the store, you'd end up with 8 or 10 in a pack. This only has 5, but they look really large. The price on them was $7.71. I also ordered these chicken patties. They're organic seasoned chicken patties, and there's 4 in the box. There again, I've never had these before. If you've had them, this is probably a pretty popular item, I guess, from Azure. If you've had them, let me know what you think. I'll eventually cook them, and I'll let you know what I think. But, you know, they're hormone-free, antibiotic-free, and all that stuff. And I'm looking for things to weed in to our diets, just weed in that are good for us. These were $10.64 for 4 patties. So I didn't do my calculating beforehand, but basically that comes out to $2.50 to say $2.60 something per patty. That's really not that bad per serving. So if I ate one for supper and Richard ate one for supper, that's a $5 supper plus your bun and everything. Or you could, of course, serve it other ways. You could just serve it a different way. You don't have to eat it as a sandwich. But also, then that would give us another night with just the 2 of us being here most of the time in the evenings. I've adjusted my cooking lately, and because I'm not having to cook for my son as much. So this box with the 4 patties could make us 2 nights worth of suppers. So for $10 for 2 nights worth of suppers, it's not that bad for me. The price isn't that bad. And it's also something a little different. I get kind of tired of cooking a lot of beef. I get tired of cooking sausage and a lot of pork. So I want to cook chicken. It's just not always easy to find good options with chicken that are organic and everything. Some of the organic whole birds can get really expensive, really, really expensive. And something like this is kind of an answer to a prayer. Just the patties, they're ready to go. I can cook them. I can do different things with them in different ways. We could make, the patties with gravy or something like that if we wanted to. And to me, it's just a really different and good option. I hope they taste good. I will let you know what I think later. Okay, I talked to y'all the other day about the fact that I would like to start growing celeriac. And I talked to you during my Seed Savers Exchange video when I was going through their catalog about how I might want to get some seeds and try to start growing celeriac. Well, then I saw on Azure that they sell it. And so I went ahead and got it. Now, these are larger than you think. My hand is behind this thing and it hides my hand. These are way bigger than softballs. They're big. And so what it is you order it by the pound. And this is 3 pounds of celeriac. Now, I guess you would take a knife or a little paring thing and take this outer cover off, and then you eat what's on the inside. I've never cooked with these before. I've never grown these before. I've never seen this at a restaurant around here before or anything like that. So I don't exactly know how to deal with celeriac. I'm thinking that you can grate it like coleslaw. I'm thinking that you could saute it. I don't know. I really don't know how to cook it. And I didn't have enough time before this video to do my research on all these products and to try them before I did it, because I have another reason I'm fixing to tell you of something I'm cooking tonight that I bought. So I wanted to go ahead and film this video before I messed up that vegetable by going ahead and cooking it tonight. So anyway, I need to do some research, but if anybody uses celeriac and cooks with it, well, how do you use it? Do you use it only in slaws, or do you cook with it? Is it good? I've heard it's really good. It's not the most attractive looking vegetable ever. It's not the most attractive, bless its heart. But these are big and they are beautiful. And the price was $7.12 for 3 pounds. I don't think that's bad for something I didn't have to buy the seeds for. I didn't have to grow and put the time in on these things. So for $7, I got these 2 big, huge celeriac bulbs. So I'm excited about it, and I will let you know later. I might even do a video showing me cooking something with these, because I'm really wanting to try them out and learn about them. And if I can get things like this from Azure for a decent price like that, for $7 for 3 pounds worth of celeriac that I didn't have to invest my time in and grow, I might just start doing it. There's things I'm gonna definitely still grow here at my house, but there's other things that might just be worth it to order, and this might be one of them. Now this is what I'm gonna be cooking with tonight. This is parsnips, and this is 5 pounds of parsnips in this bag. And I ordered them the other day. I've actually tried to grow parsnips before, but they did not like it down here in South Louisiana. They're a kind of a colder weather crop, They can even overwinter and things like that. And when I tried to grow them, none of mine even germinated. But I'm not saying they won't grow down here. I'm sure they will under the right circumstances, but I just didn't have any luck with them. But I've always been curious about them because I hear people say they taste really good. And I think these, if I'm not mistaken from what I've read, I think you can kind of do pretty much anything with these you can do with a potato, if I'm right. You can kind of grate these and use them if you need to, but I think mostly people will mash them and almost make them like mashed potatoes. But what I'm going to do with them tonight is I'm going to take my little paring knife, I'm going to pare the skins off of them, and then I'm going to cut them into little sticks and I'm frying them. I'm going to make fried parsnips that are like French fries. That's what I'm going to do with them. I saw, I think probably in the description for these on Azure, that someone said they fry them like French fries, and I'm going to try it. I made chicken salad last night. We're having chicken salad sandwiches on toasted bread tonight for supper and fried parsnips. That's what we're having. I will let you know how that goes too. I'm excited about it though. And if they go good tonight, then I need to find out what I'm going to do with the rest of this bag. I'll probably just keep frying them the next few nights if we really like them. I'll see about freezing some of them or something. I don't know exactly the storage on all these. I ordered some of this without really doing a lot of research, but I'm okay with that. This order, I didn't need a whole lot of things, and I just wanted to try a few things. So I'm excited to try these parsnips, and they are huge themselves. I don't know how it looks on camera, but they're huge, and they look very, very healthy to someone that doesn't really know what parsnips are supposed to look like. They look healthy to me. They look like they're just perfect, actually. They don't look pithy or anything like that. I think they're going to come out great. Now, this wasn't the cheapest thing that I ordered, I guess you would say. This was 5 pounds. This is 5 pounds of parsnips, and it was $15.25. So $3 a pound. For something I can't grow, and I've proved I can't grow it, to me that's not a bad price for $3 a pound. If you were to go to the store, you could probably just buy 3 or 4 of these and go home with it and not spend that much. But this is how these came in 5-pound bags. So I went ahead and got one. Here's one of the oddball things that I bought. I actually bought a pound of sunchokes. You eat the little root part of sunchokes. I don't know a lot about these either. A lot of people call them like Jerusalem artichokes. That's kind of the way I'm thinking of them. But what I got them for, and I need to do a little bit of quick research on this because I don't want these to ruin or mold or whatever. But what I actually ordered these for was to plant them. I have a spot in front of my house that I have the chicken wire around and the squirrels don't get to it or anything. And I'm gonna go plant these out there. I'm gonna research it a little bit first, make sure I do everything right. I don't know, this is what I'm wondering, and I haven't researched it, is I don't know if I should leave these in my house to grow some kind of sprouts or whatever before I plant them, or you just go plant them, I don't know. But that's what I bought these for. I didn't really necessarily buy these to eat. Now, there's good and bad about sunchokes. I've heard that if you eat too much of them or whatever, they can give you a stomach ache. But I also know that some people say they love them. And if you plant these and you put them in the ground, you pretty much need to plant them where you want them. And I don't mind having a whole lot of them growing along that front garden in my house. I don't. I think they make pretty plants that are pretty to look at. But what happens is they multiply underground. These little roots multiply underground, and you end up with them there like crazy. Kind of like horseradish or something like that. They kind of take root and they hang around forever. And you end up with them multiplying and having a lot of them. And that's okay. I'm okay with that because actually that's a sustainable kind of thing to do. To grow something like that that just establishes itself and stays there. I had intended to buy some of these a while back and plant them along the end of my house by my carport, and I just never got them ordered. But I finally did it. I finally ordered these from Azure, and they were $7.25 per pound. So that's what I paid for this. And the bag's pretty full, and I guess it weighs a pound. It's pretty heavy, and it's full. So for $7.25, hopefully, if I do it right, if I plant them right and grow them right, For $7.25, I may end up with a forever little bed of these growing on in front of my house. So I'm okay with that. I'm looking forward to it. We'll see how it comes out. And everything I just said about the sunchokes, duplicate that for this turmeric. I ordered some turmeric root for the same reason. And I may put it in the same bed, just maybe farther down, put one towards my porch and the other towards the other end of my house. That's what I may do. But this isn't a pound of turmeric, it's 8 ounces. And it was $9.98, so just say $10. So that's not cheap. 8 ounces is half a pound. So I really paid $20 a pound for this turmeric. But I only got 8 ounces, so it cost me $9.98. But I'm okay with that too. I watched a video. I was going to recommend a channel to y'all while I'm thinking about it. There's a channel on YouTube called Breaking New Roots. Breaking New Roots. And it's a young couple that are traveling the country, and they're interviewing farmers and just dairy people, chicken farms, everything all over America that are doing things in a regenerative type way. And they came to South Louisiana a while back, and they interviewed some people in South Louisiana. I can't remember what town, but they had actually started a turmeric farm, kind of by fluke, I think, but now they are like turmeric growers. They grow it, they sell it on the internet, they sell I guess I kind of think of these as rhizomes. I'm not sure if that's the terminology you would use for this, but I think of these as rhizomes. But they sell those, they sell the fully mature turmeric to people. They make tinctures, they do all kind of stuff. They have just started an entire business around turmeric. And they were talking about just growing it and everything. So I know that it'll grow here in Louisiana well, because they're doing it in the same climate I'm in. So I'm gonna try it. I'm not saying I'm gonna branch out to a big business, but I just wanna see if I can get this turmeric established here. So many things. I'm going to get more diligent about studying these things, but so many things in diets and health revolve around this turmeric. And I hear nothing but good things about it. So I'm going to try to start growing it and see if I can learn to use it, in my cooking and in our medicine cabinet. So that's just one of my goals. It's going to take a while. I evolve over time with things. I can't just dive into everything all at once. But this turmeric is, if I can get this established and growing, it's going to make me feel really good that I'm going somewhere with learning about this kind of stuff. So I'm really looking forward to it. A different thing I ordered this time as well is this little 2-ounce bottle of toothpaste. It's called Daily Care, EcoDent, something like that, but it's got a baking soda base to it. And then they use essential oils, and since it's mint flavored, I assume essential oils of mint is what they use. But I kind of have been thinking about that, and then this popped up when I was scrolling through stuff, and I went ahead and ordered it. It is not cheap. It's $6.29, but it says you don't need but a little dab to use on your teeth. And I have been thinking about that. That's one of the things that I just keep buying at the store. But you're hearing all this stuff lately about fluoride. I've actually heard it for years, but it was just not mainstream that fluoride was bad for you. They keep pushing it as if it's the best thing since sliced bread. But I always wondered. And then here lately, you're hearing, no, it's not good for you. And it actually, they think it might even attribute to dementia and things like that. So I want to weed fluoride out and weed better things in. And you can just buy baking soda, and brush your teeth with it. You can. But I thought this might be a little transition for me. I just bought a little 2-ounce. I'm going to see what happens. And, but this has a little flavor to it, a little texture to it, and it's not like just using plain baking soda. I've also seen where you can mix like some baking soda and even some turmeric in with coconut oil and things like that to make toothpaste out of. I'm sure there's plenty of recipes, and if anybody has anything that they use and know that it works and they're completely happy with it, just let me know. But I thought this little 2-ounce bottle might just be my good transition away from regular toothpaste and towards something a little more natural. So that's why I bought it. But it was $6.29. I actually needed cayenne pepper. It's something I do use a lot. Some people can't tolerate cayenne pepper, but I like it. We use it a lot down here. Even my grandkids eat stuff with cayenne pepper in it. It's just something we kind of season with a lot down here in South Louisiana. And I needed some more. I've had a jar of it, a seasoning McCormick jar for years, and it finally ran out. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to try this from Azure. Let me see the price. Okay, the price here, it's 4 ounces, which for a seasoning, that's a lot. Some of the little bottles you get at the store are only like an ounce and a half. This was 4 ounces, and it was $3.73. And if anybody knows the price of spices, I'm not talking about the cheap kinds you can get at Dollar Tree or whatever, but I'm talking about just regular decent spices at the store. That's a good price. $3.73 for a 4-ounce package is actually very, very good. So I'm happy with that. I just grabbed that because I needed it. You know, it'll just be used in other things. It's just cayenne pepper, but I wanted to let you know everything I bought this time. There's nothing too exciting about onions. I bought onions, but I bought 3 pounds, and actually there was another onion in here. So if you can visualize 3 of these onions, but these are big. These are a lot bigger than they look. You can maybe tell it a little better in my hand. That is almost as big as my hand. I can't really wrap my fingers any more around it than that. These are huge. And 3 onions came in the package, and it's 3 pounds. So each of these onions is about a pound each. So that's pretty big. And it was $6.95 for the 3 pounds of onions, which is a lot. That's not cheap. You can go to the grocery stores around where I live, and if they're on sale for about $2.99, you can get a 3-pound bag of onions. The difference is it's smaller onions, which that's not a big deal. They taste fine, but you might have, I don't know, maybe 8 onions in there to make your 3 pounds, 8 or 9 onions, whereas this is only 3. So when you go to chop these, you're not doing as much chopping as you would as if you bought one of those bags with all kind of onions in it. And a lot of times when I buy onions, I just like to go ahead and chop them all up and put them in Ziplocs and put them in my freezer. And that way when I go to cook, I have them. I haven't done that yet with these because they're very fresh. I can tell they're very firm. And so I'm just gonna let them sit out a little while and just use them fresh. That's why one of them's missing, because I took one out earlier and I used just part of it, not all of it, but just part of it in something. And then I'll rotate the rest of it in later. And then if I don't get to these 2, then I'll put them in a Ziploc and put them away in the freezer. It's just handy to have them already chopped when I go to cook. And that's the way I like to do with it. But anyway, I just wanted to see, because I keep seeing all these reviews about how big and beautiful and great their onions are. And I can attest to the fact that these are huge, and I'm sure they taste fine. So I just wanted to try these this time, but they were $6.95 for 3 pounds. The next item was organic mushrooms, and I like to order them in the pieces and stems. I like them already chopped up, ready to go. I'm kind of in my older days. I'm getting tired of buying a lot of fresh mushrooms at the stores because well, they're fresh, and you come home and they have lots of dirt pieces on them and all, and you have to wash them and get all that off and then chop them and stuff. And you know, I don't mind doing that if you need something with fresh mushrooms, but just for regular cooking, for things I'm doing, if I use these, like if we cook a ribeye steak or something, I like to put some butter in the pan and put some mushrooms with the steak. I like to do that. I like to just add these to any kind of things. You can put them in spaghetti. You can do all kind of stuff. The other night I made this little pasta thing with egg noodles and mushrooms and ground meat, and then it had some cream cheese in it, and then kind of a basic spaghetti sauce, and you kind of layered it and all, and it had the mushrooms. But I love ordering these, and I used to get mushrooms in the can at the store a lot. It's so handy though to just order these 12 cans at a time, because I tend to use them a lot here lately. I don't know why. But these were $26.54 for 12 cans, which comes out to $2.21 a can. I went ahead and added that for y'all. I haven't been using my calculator on all of this, but I went ahead and figured that out. Now these are 6.5 ounce cans here. They're not huge cans, they're small cans, but they're 6.5 ounces. What I like about them is they don't expire until March of 2028. that's more than 3 years away. So that's wonderful. And I don't think that's a bad price compared to the mushrooms that are for sale here. Maybe a little bit more, but not bad at all. So it's okay. And there again, I'm grabbing them when I go get my other things. It's one less item I have to worry about getting at the store. I'm trying to eliminate a lot of the things that I would get at the regular store and kind of get to where I'm just getting perishables there, and maybe just kind of looking to see what they have on sale and getting a few things if they have things on sale. But I don't want every little item in my pantry to be coming from the store anymore if I can help it. If I can help it. And also, that's not even bringing in the fact that these are organic and not just whatever that I can get at the store. The last item I ordered, I know you see something sitting next to it, but this is actually the last item that I actually ordered. I'll tell you about the other in just a second. But the last item I ordered was just the 8-ounce cans of tomato sauce. I don't use these very often, really hardly often at all, to be honest with you. But I have used up what I had in my pantry. And so I just got 6 this time. So I could have got them a little cheaper to order them 12, but I just got 6 because I just don't use them that often, not these 8-ounce cans. And they ended up being $1.39 per can. Probably could find them on sale at the store for less, but at least these are organic and I'm happy with that. $1.39 a can was fine. It replaced what I've run out of on my shelf, and these are organic. They're not just your basic Hunt's ones I had before and all those brands that I'm not even sure how they're grown, to be honest with you. So let's roll into this last part and I'll explain what happened. Now these are just 3 cans of diced tomatoes, but the problem is I didn't order them. I actually ordered 3 cans of Amy's vegetarian baked beans. The reviews were really good on the baked beans. I need some baked beans in my pantry, but I didn't want to commit to ordering 12 cans because I had never tried them before. So I ordered 3 cans just to see, and apparently they were out and they substituted with diced tomatoes. Now that's never happened before. Normally with Azure, if they're out, they just email me and tell me they're out of something and that it's not going to be on my order. And they'll tell me you may want to add it to your cart the next time. They didn't do that. They didn't text me and tell me they were out. And I didn't know until I got home that I had the diced tomatoes. Not a biggie. I can always use diced tomatoes. The problem is I have a ton of diced tomatoes right now, and I didn't really need these. I would have rather just not gotten the beans and then ordered them again later. No big deal. The reason I think they just substituted and that they didn't have an error as far as picking my order is because it happened on another item as well. This is 2 bags of Pistol River dried porcini mushrooms. They're probably delicious, but I didn't order those either. I actually had ordered some Pistol River mushroom ultimate seasoning powder. I ordered 2 of them because by reading the ingredients, it's like maybe they had freeze dried the mushrooms or something, or dehydrated them somehow. They had crushed the mushrooms into a powder, but then in with that powder was mixed some garlic powder, some salt and things like that. So it made this mushroom seasoning powder that it said you could kind of use in any of your favorite recipes, just like any other kind of seasoning mix you might want to put in there. So I thought to myself, that sounds interesting. And so I ordered it, but I went ahead and ordered 2 of them because I really thought that might be a seasoning I would like. And so I figured, well, why not go ahead and order 2 and just keep them in my cabinet? And so they were $5.98 each. I don't know on Azure's website how much these are. I feel like these dried porcini mushrooms are not cheap. I feel like, they're probably comparable or even more in price. But I don't know why I got these instead of the mushroom powder. And they've never messed up my orders before. So I feel like these 2 were substitutions rather than just not sending me an item. And I don't know, I would really have rather the 2 items I ordered than these. Not complaining, and I realized I could send them back, or well, maybe not send them back, but I could call them and they would probably just tell me to keep them and then whatever. And I'm not going to bother them with it because it's fine. I will use these porcini mushrooms. I'll figure out a recipe to use these in, and they're probably going to be delicious. So I'm not worried about it. The diced tomatoes, I could always use extra of those. I'll just re-up and reorder these things later. But that's kind of the first time they've ever substituted on me without emailing or texting. So that part, you know, I would have rather known about it, I guess, than to just get a substitution. I'm not sure if that's something they're doing going forward, but I would have rather the things I ordered. I've been ordering from Azure Standard since January 1st. That's when I picked up my very first order. And I know a lot of people that are on YouTube and different Instagram or whatever are Azure affiliates, to where when they are on their channels and they're talking about Azure, they always refer you to a link that you can use to order make your first order off of Azure, and go through their link. And sometimes some of the people that are on YouTube actually, if you use their link, you can get a 15% discount and all that kind of stuff. So I really just kind of pushed off stuff like that because I don't know why. I am a weird bird sometimes. I'm a weird bird and I know it. I just kind of like to keep things simple. But then, not too long ago, I kind of discussed it with my daughter, and I talked about it with my sister, and I said, what's wrong with me? You know, I know that a lot of people do this. It's no big deal. Why not just become an Azure affiliate and just maybe try to make some money? So I looked into it. But don't worry, I'm not here to talk about trying to get your business or something like that. I'm not here to sell Azure today. I was simply just showing you what I ordered this time. What I discovered, it's a wonderful company. It's a wonderful company, and nothing that I'm fixing to say is any reflection on thinking they're not a great company. They're a great company. My issue with it all is really just me. It's really just me. So what happened was, I actually got contacted by them, by one of their representatives. They emailed me. Now, I don't really have an email showing on my YouTube account, and the email that they sent it to me at was the email I used to order from Azure. So I don't know, they put two and two together, because I've done 2 videos right now on Azure products. The first one did okay. The second one took off. The second one got almost 5,000 views. It got hundreds of comments, or a couple of hundred comments, I think. I can't remember, but it got a lot of comments. It's probably my second biggest video, and all I was just doing was kind of telling y'all what I ordered a while back and showing you the price comparisons and what I paid and everything, and talked about other things in the video. But that video took off. So maybe, you know, they keep up with social media. Maybe they connected my channel somehow to my email where I order from them, because I do say I live in South Louisiana. It says that on my bio. So I guess maybe they figured it out. I don't know how it all works. But in any case, I got contacted by them to see if I wanted to become an influencer affiliate. So I didn't do anything. I just didn't know. I just sat on it for a while, and I discussed it, like I said, and my daughter and my sister were saying, you know, just why not? Why not? You know, and I kept saying, because I don't want to be in a position of having to do an Azure video just to keep them happy. I want to just do videos about whatever I want and when I want. I just want to kind of stay independent. And so I thought that way, and I kept those thoughts for like 3 weeks. I never answered the email back. So I was finally, I don't know what, Sunday night, I was sitting at my computer. Oh, I know why. Because I got an email, or text saying our Azure drop was going to be delivered Monday morning. And I was sitting at my computer working, and I said, you know, I'm going again to get products from Azure tomorrow. I go every month. Why not? You know, just why not do it? Why not just become an affiliate and put a link in my videos, and just why not do it? Because I spend this money and I go to these drops every month. You know, what is holding me back? This might be a weird reference to bring up at this point, but if anybody's watched Aquila and the Bee, about the little girl that was in the spelling bee. Kiki Palmer was the star of the show. But in there, the man who was her mentor that taught her how to really get good at spelling and how to figure things out and how to stay calm, he quoted her. I don't know if it was Maya Angelou or it was someone like that. It was a poet. I wanted to go look up that quote to make sure I said it right. It says, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure." Maybe what's holding you back is you're scared of how great you could become. So you hold yourself back. Now, I don't sit here every day worrying about how great I can become in social media. That's not the point. But it did run through my mind, why do I kind of back away? You kind of live in hope that people might notice your account and contact you. But then when it happened, and it's happened for a couple little other people wanting you to advertise for them and stuff, and I've had those emails, and I haven't done anything yet. I push them away. And then when I got this one from Azure, I did the same thing. I kind of went, well, I finally got contacted by them. They noticed me. And then I kind of didn't do anything. And so I started thinking to myself, what are you scared of? Why don't you want to maybe take it to the next level and the next level? Why not? I mean, isn't that the path that most people that have accounts are on? And so that Sunday night, I was sitting there this past Sunday night, got the text saying my order was coming the next day, and I knew I was going to be going to get to the truck to get my order. And I just said, okay, I'm just going to pull the trigger. I'm going to go ahead and answer this email and say, okay, I'm interested. And so I did. And so I emailed back and I told them, I'm interested. Can you send me, they said there was a questionnaire you had to fill out. So I said, can you go ahead and send me the questionnaire? And so this is Wednesday. So I must have gotten the email back yesterday. So it didn't take them long. And so then it's kind of like, rubber meets the road. You have to make a decision, because then I got their terms, and it was either, well, I could sit on it for a while longer, or I could just say no, or I could have just jumped on it and went ahead and filled out the questionnaire and sent everything back in and got the ball rolling. You had your options. But I kind of knew pretty quick I was going to say no. I didn't really want to do it. They are a wonderful company, and this is a great marketing strategy that they have, and I'm going to participate in it in as much as I can, just as a layperson, not as an influencer, YouTuber, or whatever, but just as a layperson. I'm going to participate in it, because that part I do say, why not? Every person, and I wanted to bring this up, not because I want to get my business out there about anything I decide to do or not to do. It's really up to me. But I wanted to get it out there because I didn't really know if people understood how it all worked. And maybe I didn't either, but now I do now. Everybody that decides to order from Azure, you have to set up an account online with a password and a username and everything. And you make an order. And once you make an order, you're in. You have an account and you're in. And at that point, you can start referring people to Azure, your sisters, your mother, aunts, whoever, friends at work or whatever. And if they use your link, like you can copy and paste a little link, they call it, it's your share code link or whatever. It's on your account. You can go to your account on Azure and just click on My Account in the menu. And then when the menu comes up, you can just click on where it says Share Azure. And in there, it gives you a little button you can push to copy your link. And you could text that link or email that link to somebody. And as long as they use your link, if they go on Azure and they go ahead and order within 60 days, your link kind of has a timer on it. But if within 60 days they use your link and they spend at least $100, which isn't hard to do, you get a $25 referral fee. So I can do that. You can do that. Everybody that has an Azure account can do that. So that part I am going to go ahead and take advantage of, and I'm going to copy and paste the link and put it in a pinned comment in this video, because why not? If somebody watching this is going to order from Azure for the very first time, and if you don't have any other mitigating circumstances that would cause you to not use my link, well then just use my link. It doesn't cost you anything more. It just, what it does is it eventually would funnel a referral fee to me eventually after you order. And if you spend over $100, you have to order within 60 days. If you never order, no biggie, I wouldn't know the difference. I don't even know if I'll find out whose account it was. I don't know how that works. I just know they credit that to your account. Every time you order from Azure, you earn little dollars, you know, like depending on what you order, you might make 8 cents on that order. You might make 11 cents. You might make $1.22, but it all adds up and they call it your Azure cash. And so every time I go to order, it'll ask me, do you want to use your Azure cash towards this order? And I always say yes, because I mean, why let it just sit there? I go ahead and let it apply to each order. So the next time I order, the cash I earn from this order will go, and they'll ask me, do you want to use your Azure cash? So I say yes. So that $25 would just kind of go in there like Azure cash, and I would be able, the next time I ordered, to credit any referral fees towards my order. So it can make a good dent in what you're going to have to pay. If even only one person does it every now and then, that's $25 you get towards your order. If you got lucky and got multiple people to click your link and they actually ordered within 60 days, it could really make it where you're knocking down the price of your groceries. But that's not a big trade secret. That's something they share with you on the website. You can do that. Anybody watching this video can do that. As long as the person that tries to use your link doesn't already have an account, it's got to be a new customer, and they've got to order within 60 days and spend $100, and you can make the money. Now, I just decided on my own, I'm not going to take it to the next level. As a person, I say anybody can do this, but you have to have some type of media presence. Doesn't have to be a big account, because I'm not, but you have to have some type of media presence to go to their next level, which is their affiliate program, they call it. This is the good and the bad about it. I'm trying to give you my whole thought process. The benefit of it, I'm going to read to you off her thing. I look like I'm reading notes, because I am. I'm going to read to you the off the program notes so that I don't mess anything up. But the benefit of going to that next level for an account like me, I think probably they do some different promotions with real big accounts, but I'm talking about for someone like me who's interested in becoming an affiliate, this is the program. They would give me a $30 a month credit on my account that I can use as needed to buy products that I want to feature on my videos. And this way they don't have to just kind of guess what new products to send you, because they might want somebody to be featuring supplements, which I don't use. So why send me a bunch of supplements, you know? So I would be able to tell them, you know, I'll feature this product, send me this. So it's a good, you know, I mean, it's nothing wrong with that. So they would send me those products based on my $30 a month accrual, you know, to pay for them. And so it would be like earning free products is what I'm saying. And then number two, when vendors make product samples available to Azure, they distribute those free samples sometimes to accounts. So they would be sending me some free things every now and then, just because they got buku of them from some vendors. And of course, what they're kind of wanting your feedback to see what you thought of those products. Number three is you would be added to their special email list to receive insider information, new product announcements, and news from Azure before the rest of the world would have that news. So you could use that to your benefit also as well in your content you're creating for your channel. Okay, number four, I had discussed how the $25 would kind of go towards your Azure cash. But if you're an affiliate, what they would let you do is submit some paperwork. And if you didn't always want to use that $25 towards food, towards Azure orders, say you're a huge account, you know, you're one of the biggies, and you just get more $25 referral fees than you know what to do with, you can actually, if you're an affiliate, you can cash those out and say, just cut it off right now, send me a check for the referral fees. So you could get a check mailed to you for all those referral fees if you're an affiliate. That's you're still getting the $25. You're not getting any more of a referral fee, but you can get them cashed out and sent to you if you have a big presence like that. And number 5, if you're a speaker giving seminars or whatever, they will supply you with materials that you might need to go out and give seminars and stuff. So it's a good deal. It's a good deal. The reason that I am not going to do it is my reasons. This is a wonderful company. I think the marketing strategy is great, because when you think about it, yes, whoever refers will get $25, but they're only getting that $25 if somebody orders $100. So that 25 they're sending you is already paid for by the 100 the people are ordering. And what they're hoping is this person over here orders many, many more times, months and months and maybe even years more of orders. So it more than pays for that $25. So it's a good marketing strategy, and it goes straight to their audience. I mean, I don't think it would do them any good to put ads in magazines or to run ads on Fox News at night that cost a lot of money. I think this is the best way for them to do it, is to go straight to the YouTube channels and the Instagram channels, or whatever they call them on Instagram, that you're watching. So why not do the marketing and go straight to you? I think it's smart. Everything about it is wonderful. The hitch I had, and this is just me, because I guess I am a little bit of an oddball sometimes. Like I said, I just have my ways about certain things. And one of them is I want to be free. I don't really want to answer to a whole bunch of people at this point in my life. Yes, I want my account to grow, but it's really up to God if it grows or not. And I'm just doing the best I can do. If it takes off and does any better than it does, which to me, taking off just means maybe one day I'll make $10 out of this thing. Last month made my 3rd year. It was end of 3 years. So I've been doing this for exactly 3 years now. And I have the number of followers I need, but I don't quite have the number of hours of viewership that I need. And that's a whole nother story, how YouTube figures all that, because by now I have plenty of viewing hours to more than meet their criteria. But what they do is they use a 365-day window, and it rolls every day. So any views I had way in the past, even if you had a really good video that got a lot of views, if it's fallen off the end of that 365 days, it doesn't count anymore. And so within a 365-day span, you have to keep meeting their criteria. And sometimes you fall in a window where you might have a lull, or you might have took a little break or something, and you don't, all of a sudden, all these viewing hours you had, you all of a sudden lose them. You lose some of them because they fell out of that 365-day window. Every morning when you wake up, it's like you're starting over on a new count on YouTube. And it gets very tiring. It gets tiring because I have 364 posts now. This will be 365. Some of them have done bad. Some of them have done very well. And I've gotten a lot of engagement. I've met their criteria. I just haven't managed yet to meet it in an exact 365-day window to where they'll monetize my account. So it's a struggle. However, I'm not willing to sell out myself to meet those goals. I'm just not. I see other people change their methods in order to please those goals. Clickbait titles. They leave what they're good at and what they know, and they go into kind of the political stuff, and their accounts do great. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've seen people start the same time as me and take off because they've went that direction, and I'm not doing it. And more power to them. I don't like to really criticize anybody else's efforts. If you're going to do this, you know, why not try to make it be monetized and make some money? I just don't want to not be who I am. I don't want to not be who I am. And one of the criteria for being an Azure affiliate is I have to post something about Azure every month. I don't know if I want to do that. I don't necessarily want to have an Azure video every month. If I feel like it, I'll do it. I've picked up, what, 11 or 12 orders now? I don't know how it really works out if I've picked up 11 or 12, but I've only done, this is my third video. I don't want to have to do a video if I don't feel like doing a video about Azure. I did one tonight because I wanted to show you all that celeriac and everything I bought and the parsnips and all that stuff. I did the other when I did a really big haul, and I just really kind of wanted to get into the details about the price comparison. That was interesting to me because I always thought everything was so much more expensive to order like this. And I'm just starting to realize it's really not. And then the first one I did, I think I just did because I was excited about it. But I don't want to come on here once a month and push Azure so that you'll click my link for my referral fees. And that's the thing, is it did say that they do monitor your account. I don't know that they always look at each account, but that's one of their freedoms to do, is to monitor your account to see if you're talking about them. And then if you actually don't get any referral fees, if you do videos, but they're not kicking off referral fees, then they shut me down anyway. And so I just want to come on here. Whenever I come on here, let me say that, whenever I come on here, it's because I have something I want to say. It's because I'm interested in something. It's because I'm fixing something that I think maybe my experience will help somebody. It's because I think that something you might be interested in, I happen to be doing at that moment or something. And so I just kind of come on here in a sincere way to tell you what's going on, to talk to you, to let you know what's on my mind. I've talked about everything from health insurance to patients' rights. You know, it's not always about gardening and things, but if it's important in my life, then I kind of feel like it might be important in other people's lives. So I come on here and I talk honestly, and I try to just be who I am. And I don't want to have to answer to anyone else. I don't want to have to post about a company when I don't really feel like posting about them in order to meet a threshold. And I don't want to ask you all to do anything to keep my numbers going with that company. This is no reflection on Azure. It's like this with any company where you see advertising on videos. They all have steps you have to meet, whether it's Birch Mattress, whether it's A1, the supplement drinks, Thrive, Factor, anything like that. When you see ads on these videos, those content creators have to put out so much content in order to get those discounts or whatever it is, and those referral fees that they'll get credit for. There's thresholds, and I'm just, maybe I am a little bit like that person in Aquila and the Bee, is I don't want to sign on to some of that and grow into something that scares me, you know, because I wasn't myself to get there. I don't know if that makes sense, but I want to be myself and get wherever it is I'm going to get. If I don't get anywhere, if this account never gets monetized, if I end up just having to shut it down at some point because it's just not worth it or something, for my time's sake, it's worth it to interact with you all. But I'm talking about if I just find out that my time should be better spent somewhere else, then okay, that's fine. But I'll be able to say I did the best I could with my talents and my energy that I'm putting out there in the world. And if it didn't work, it didn't work. I don't want to get there because my account's growing, because I'm pushing products, because these videos where you do have hashtag certain names or hashtag certain ways, or or just your thumbnail or whatever might say the name of the company and it, those do get a lot of views. They get pushed out there more in the YouTube world and stuff. They get pushed out there. I see no reason why a video I do might get 60 views and then something might get 5,000. The only difference is because you're touting, I guess, I'm just showing things, but you seem to be like touting a brand that a lot of people are interested in. So all of a sudden your video just goes crazy. Yes, it's nice. It's nice to have a video go crazy. It really is. It shocks me. I look at my phone and I go, oh my God, you know, how did that happen? I've had about 3 of them throughout my 3 years kind of do that and shoot like that. Little numbers compared to some of the bigger accounts, but big numbers for me. And it does shock me when it happens, but it didn't happen because I did anything weird. It just happened because it happened. And I kind of want to keep it like that. Let things just happen when they happen. I'm going to just stay kind of who I am. I don't want to work for anybody else. I'm done with that, really. I don't want to shut every door in the world by saying this, because there may be something that comes up that I would maybe want to do. I don't want to close anything out. There may be something I really would want to do, but I know what I don't want to do. And what I don't want to do is have kind of like a contractual relationship where I'm expected to do certain things on my channel for a company, because then they own me. I don't own me anymore. And $30 a month plus some perks is not enough for me to not own me. I want to own me. Referral fees are different, because I'm going to put the link down there, because for that I do say why not, because you could do that too. You could do that too. Why not? You know, if you do have an Azure account, even if you just you're a stay-at-home mom, or you go to work every day and you just share it with the people you work with, kind of like, why not? You know, why not take that link and put it out there to people and see what happens? So I'll do that this time. But as far as saying, yes, send me a little bit of money every month and I'll get some free products and things like that, I'm not going to do it just because I'm a little bit hard-headed, and I just want to keep myself as free as possible to come to y'all as authentically as possible. And I hope that makes sense, and I hope I'm not offending anybody, and I don't always tiptoe around because you're just going to offend people sometimes, but I really do hope I'm not, because I'm not criticizing anybody else that does this. If I were a single mom and I didn't have other forms of income other than what I could kind of get on my own, I would probably say, yes, I want an avenue to have free food, you know, to feed my kids some stuff. Yes, sign me up. I don't blame anybody for doing anything for their reasons. Do it for your reasons. Search your heart and do it for your reasons. When I search my heart, when something doesn't feel peaceful to me, when it feels stressful and not peaceful, I know it's not the right thing for me. And so I'm going to say no. And I just want to explain how all that works. And I also wanted to let you know that y'all can do it too. You can do it too. So I know this video has probably went longer than I meant for it to. And so I'm going to say goodbye. I hope you took all of this as I meant it in the best way possible. And I hope you do shop Azure, because I've had nothing but good experiences except for those 2 little substitutions, which all in all is no big deal. It's not a big deal. This is Lainey from Hilltop Home Place. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.